Hi guys, my name is Anna and welcome to today's April Plan With Me kind of March reset video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and depending on the upload schedule, as I either have talked about in a recent vlog or will be talking about in a recent vlog, March was different for me in that I didn't really have any focus and I didn't really have any direction and I didn't really think about goals once, or like didn't really schedule things the way I usually do, which I think is so healthy to have months like that. And also I'm looking forward to being back grounded and like back focused and back directed. So I'm kind of hoping that April can be that for me while still maintaining balance. Some things that I prioritized in March, I did a lot of dance classes, which was so incredible and fun. I had some really good days at work and I had some really hard days at work, but I feel like I was able to not let either of them affect me all too much, which I think is a good skill to have. Zach's parents came to visit us for a weekend, and so that weekend was chock full of restaurants and activities around Atlanta, and we went to a Hawks game and that was fun. Never been there before, but just like thing after thing after thing, fun thing after fun thing after fun thing, which was really great. I've been sleeping a lot. Like I've been getting good rest at night, which is something that went very well in March. Really like when that happens. And then obviously flowers are blooming, the sun is out more, it's getting warmer outside. So all of that is wonderful. Some things that were different in March than usual life. I didn't finish one single book. not one single book that I finished, which is different for me. But I think my focus and my priority was just on different things. Like whenever I had free time, I didn't necessarily just like want to sit down and read. And it's not, reading is important to me, but it's not so important to me that if I don't want to do it, I want to force myself to do it. It's just a hobby. So it was a hobby that just like didn't happen this month. My workouts were kind of all over the place, but not in like a bad way. Just in a, did lots of cardio, did lots of walking, did lots of dance classes, didn't lift quite as much as I maybe would usually do. I ran once for the first time in a few months. Actually went on a little run because it was so nice that weekend that I had to be outside. So March was not bad. I just can't have every month be quite what March was. I also feel like something has come over to me where I'm wanting to make more content goals and really up the quality of my content again. Sometimes I up it and then sometimes life happens and I just put out what I managed to put out, which I think sometimes can also be fine. But I want to hold myself a bit more accountable when I'm vlogging or when I'm doing videos like this, of like actually making it be a good video and something that is offering things to the people who are watching it, even if that is like entertainment or peace or comfort or just like mindless noise in the background, however you use your YouTube videos. I want to be mindful about what I am putting out in this world. And so some like goals for upcoming vlogs that I feel like I don't always do so well is if I'm vlogging for a week, I think it's more important for me now, instead of having a vlog every single week, to be mindful about the weeks that I am vlogging and like actually do a storyline of like what's going on through the week and not just like randomly skip days or randomly, I don't know. I want to be more cohesive so that it's a better quality video. That's kind of a goal of mine coming up. But then also I've been getting more into TikTok. I feel like every month I'm getting like a little bit more into TikTok, a little bit more into TikTok, and I have been making fun TikToks that I've been enjoying making. And so I also want to like prioritize quality over there. And I mean, something that I did this month is I got new tripods. And so like you're sitting on a new tripod right now, which allows me to film at this angle, which is, I've never filmed quite at this exact angle for a sit down video. But then same thing, I got a tripod for my phone. So whenever I'm filming TikToks, I can like be creative and make it actually be good. Those are some content goals coming up. Doing a little yearly goal check-in. If you were with me at the beginning of the year, you know that I got my yearly goals for the year. Some of them we'll discuss. Just kind of going down the line. Let me scoot over so I can actually put my goals on the screen. Began relearning Spanish. I did have a Duolingo streak for the first couple months, maybe first like 6 weeks of the year, and now I haven't anymore. But I have been practicing Spanish more in regular life, not to the level at which I would need to in order to become like fully comfortable in it again. I have been practicing some. I need to step up my game. And that is gonna be a goal that I'm gonna focus on in the upcoming month because I actually have a reason that I need to be better at Spanish coming up this year. That was unexpected. Try a dance studio. Not only have I tried one dance studio, I've tried 2 dance studios, and I've been going relatively regularly. Not only did I try a ballet studio, which is what I'm comfortable in and what I've done before, but I also have been kind of venturing out and trying some other types of dance. And so I'm hoping that that can continue into the new month to the extent that I find it enjoyable, but I feel proud of having successfully done that. Read 100 books. I think at this point in the year I'm at 21 from what I read in January and February. Because like I said, nothing in March. I've read like 50 pages total of a book in March. So still a goal I have, but to the extent that I enjoy it. I'm not gonna put like specific action items on this one. And then develop a cleaning routine. I do feel like cleaning has been better so far this year, in the sense of like by keeping things a little bit more picked up day to day, then that allows me to spend more time doing like the little tasks, like washing the baseboards or like cleaning makeup brushes or just like doing a nighttime closing shift in the kitchen. Those types of things I have more time for if if I don't have to spend the big chunks of time I have to clean just picking things up, if that makes sense. So we don't have like a specific routine to it, and it definitely could use some improvement, but it's not gonna have action items for this month other than just like work on continuing being a little bit better. Health and wellness goals. I had consistency as a plan. I haven't been consistent because I've been changing what I've been doing, but I've been consistent as far as like moving my body and also like prioritizing rest for my body. So things are pretty good right now as far as consistency goes, but I haven't been consistent like in one type of workout. Like I have not been consistently lifting weights. I have not been consistently going to dance. Kind of just like a little sprinkle of everything all into one. Maintain skin improvements. I have continued to go for my monthly facials, and I also have continued to try to be good about like the skincare products and things that I'm using on my face at night. For the most part, my skin is still doing, well, okay, not even for the most part. For all the part, my skin is still doing 100,000% better than it was like this time last year, or like even into September, October of last year. I still do get little random breakouts that just kind of kill me now, but I try to look on the bright side, silver lining the fact that like a breakout for me now is like 3 little spots instead of like everything that used to happen. I had the health and wellness goal of stop asking myself questions, and what I meant by that was like relying on dedication to a goal rather than just like motivation in the moment. So instead of being like, do I feel like going to the gym right now? Just like going to the gym if that were my goal and if that were my plan. I feel like this has become a little bit less relevant because I haven't had specific goals that I'm trying to work on. Like I haven't felt like, oh, I want to weightlift more and become stronger, or like, oh, I want this change in my body to happen. I haven't had those goals, and so it matters a lot less like what I'm doing, because my kind of goal was just like move my body, feel good at this moment, which is nice, very fun, very enjoyable. But it also means that the stop asking myself questions goal has just become a little bit less relevant. Stretch consistently. For dance, I'm still inconsistent outside of dance, but I still think it's greater quantity than it used to be, which is good. Stretching makes me feel good, makes me feel great, but I don't do it as much as I could or should. Financial goals, I had contribute maximum amount to my Roth IRA. I did that right in the beginning of the year, just took it out of savings and put it straight into my Roth, which did make my savings be lower, but it's fine because now we're saving back up. Get a raise, that's coming in June. There's nothing really I can do about it right now, but I'm really looking forward to my raise. I really want to raise. And then I had the goal to invest alongside my high yield savings account. Right now, if I have any like quote unquote extra money that I'm not using right now, I just put it in my high yield saving, which is a good thing to do because I do get interest on that rolling every month. I haven't made any kind of effort to like look into what to invest in or like what could I do in the stocks. That's intimidating. It probably won't be soon that I start like actually investing alongside my savings account because there's a couple of financial things coming up that I need like short-term access to my money. I need it to be a little liquid. Travel goals, visit a new state. This will be happening in May. The new state is Ohio. I've never been to Ohio before, but Zach's brother's graduating, so I will be going to Ohio, and that's a new state. It's not exactly what I had in mind whenever I made this goal, was to go to Ohio for a college graduation, but it does count. Take a fall weekend around October. Obviously, there's nothing I can do for that now. We're in spring, we're enjoying spring. We have all of summer to get to before I do want to head back up to the mountains with the fall colors. I really want that to happen. And then I had the goal of have plans for next international travel, and I worded it like that because I didn't think it would be realistic that international travel would actually be happening in 2024 because I didn't know like where I would go, what I would do there. I didn't have any plans for it. But there may be a pending international trip coming up sooner than anyone maybe could guess. Not like right around the corner, but coming up soon. And that's also why I need my money kind of like liquid and not investing right now because of flight prices. Flight prices. Social media goals, upgrade my filming setup. Let's just give credit where credit is due. This is good compared to some things that I have done before. Some things that I have settled for before. When I made this goal though, I was more thinking like, do I get a new camera? Do I get a new microphone? Right now, the new tripods I feel like is upgrading my filming setup. So like I have made progress, but I'm not gonna complete this goal because I still think depending on both finances and need, like it could be beneficial at some point to get a new camera or something like that because I've had this one for 3 years. But right now I'm kind of like, he's doing good. Don't say anything bad about him. He's doing good. He's doing his job. And then I had the goal of 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, which right now, let me get a real-time update. Right now, it's shocking to me how many people this is, but 8,397. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. Blows my mind. Every day I check that and it blows my mind. And then I have my bingo card goals, which I say are just like things that are going to happen in this year. I don't necessarily need to work for. They're just like going to happen. They've not all happened because the number one is run Hilton Head half marathon. I didn't do that. I was a little failure weenie instead. Just kidding. Let me not talk to myself like that. But I did not run that half marathon. But then I have to move to the new hospital. That's coming up whether I like it or not. That's towards the fall. It's whenever my entire work is like leaving the building that they've been in for 150 years and moving to a brand new building, which is very nice and very exciting. And I just entered the like drawing to actually work on the day that they're moving because I think that could be really fun. Feels like a historical event, but I won't know until like July if I actually get to work the actual move day itself or not. But regardless of that, starting in June, we'll start having trainings at the new building. I think I have a set of like 3 trainings at the new building so we can get to know the new space. So like there's exciting things coming even before the move, but that's just something very big in this year that I am pumped for. And then graduate from laser hair removal. I've graduated Brazilian. I've not yet graduated my little armpits. They still need some more work. So action items heading into April. Spanish, I don't know what yet the action item actually looks like of how I will prioritize learning and becoming comfortable in Spanish again this month, but I will figure that out and I will do it because I need to start working on that at an expedited pace. Consistency for health and wellness. I am gonna give that a little bit of an action item in April because trying to word this in a good way. I do have some like physical changes that I would prefer if they could get better, and the way through doing that is working out. I'm not unhappy with anything right now, but I just would like, honestly, I just would like to have more muscle, but also in the process of that, like a little body recomp to where it could be like maybe like a little more muscle, a little less body fat. That's kind of what I would like. So I'm going to prioritize weightlifting this month. That is my goal. And I'm going to try to do that even if it's hard, like even if that means waking up at 5 and going to the gym to lift because I get way too exhausted at the end of the day to go lift. Like I'm going to do that. And if I do that and I'm consistent with it and my body is the exact same, like I'm still happy with that. It's just like, I want to jumpstart something. I want to jumpstart a little something. Stretch consistently. I do want to have an action item and I'm going to put that again. I just like stretch 4 times at home in April. That literally is once a week, just stretching sometime when I'm at home. So that should be so obtainable. And the benefits of stretching are just like so wild and I can literally physically feel them when I do it, but I just like don't prioritize it enough. So that has some action items. To have plans for next international travel has some action items coming up in April, and that I actually need to buy my flights, which means having the money to buy my flights, which I should and it'll be fine, but need to buy my flights. And then I feel like it would probably be good to also book like accommodations where we're staying probably by the end of April, because then that leaves May to do like the fun stuff of figuring out like activities and things like that. 15K subscribers on YouTube, even though there's not like a direct action item of like, oh, in order to gain subscribers, I'll do this. But I do want to prioritize, like I was talking about, like my content quality and putting out things that are beneficial and like entertaining. And so my action item is just like to do that, to be quality and to be beneficial. And by doing that, lots of times, not always, but lots of times the numbers also reflect it. That being said, I am always happy with the amount of YouTube subscribers I have. Like I would never be unhappy with whatever I said, 8,397. Like that thrills me. I am not unhappy with that. So I always say, like, if I weren't to reach 15,000 subscribers, okay, I'm still gonna be doing this in the same way. Like, it's just fun whenever we have a little party together of our little community. Those really are the only action items to relate to yearly goals. Let me think if there's anything additional in April that I have a goal for. I don't think so. I think that's enough. There's like some things coming up in April that we can talk about whenever we do our looking forward into the next month section, but I won't put any more goals on myself. Now, usually in these resets, I have like a little financial section where we talk about like what I made this month, what I spent this month. Honestly, I've moved a lot of that to TikTok and I think I've been enjoying doing that. I feel like it's more beneficial there. I don't know, but I'll do like what I spent this month and literally put every single thing that I spent this month because that's kind of entertaining to look at for people who are nosy like me. I love when people do that. And then I've done even like whatever job I've ever had has ever paid me TikToks. Like it's just so much easier to be like more in depth in things like that, or like what I spent in this week, or like pay transparency, paycheck routines. All of that's just kind of on TikTok, so I'm not gonna like double dip and do it here too. You can see it over there. YouTube analytics though, because this I feel like is fun, maybe, I don't know. When I'm filming this, it's March 30th, so we still have today and tomorrow's data that would theoretically make this go up, but that's okay, we can still look at it now. In the month of March, I got 42,259 views on videos, which may end up being the most views in a month. January was like 43,453, so like pretty close depending on how the next 2 days go. 5,134 watch hours, which is a lot. Thanks for spending that much time with me. Gosh, I'm flattered. 486 subscriber growth. That's like my graduating class. That's my graduating class amount of people who joined this month. So if you're one of the March subscribers, hello, shout out to you, special shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for deciding to hang out with me indefinitely. Appreciate ya. And then so far in the month of March, which this date is a little bit delayed, but $332.01. I think March might be the time that I make the most on YouTube, or like the month that I've made the most so far since being monetized, which again, thank you. My most viewed videos of this month, in the lead by a ridiculous amount, no one even comes close, is the I ran my first half marathon video, which is a video that when I made it, I wasn't even sure I wanted to make it. I was like, I don't know if I want to post that one. Like, it's kind of off brand for my channel. I don't know if my experience will actually be helpful for other people. I don't know if I have anything valuable to say. Like, all of those thoughts were going through my head, but then I filmed it and I edited it and I posted it, and now it's my highest viewed video and continues to be so, which is something that I just like never would have guessed. So that goes to show, if you ever feel nervous about posting a piece of content or you're unsure about it, what's the worst that can happen by just trying? It becomes your most viewed, most successful video ever. Okay. But then number two, a lot further down, a lot less views, is the What I Wish I Knew Before Becoming a Social Worker, new edition, most recent edition. And then the Ecological Systems Theory video, which haunts me. It's always one of my most viewed videos, and it's like the second video I ever put out, and it is awful. Content is good, quality is awful. And then the Social Work Careers in 2024. And then this is actually exciting because my fifth most viewed video was the Work Week at a Children's Hospital one that I actually posted in March. And so it's rare for me that the videos that I post become the most viewed videos of that month, because I have like the backlogged ones that usually just get more. So that's exciting, and that's exciting that you liked that video. It was a tough one, but a special one. I'm gonna look because I hardly even remember, but as I mentioned about the fact that I just like haven't been reading books as much, I'm gonna look at the ones that I've read so far this year, because I really haven't discussed them all that much this year either, and I'll let you know if I have any recommendations. We won't talk about every single book I've read this year, but I will let you know the recommendations of ones that you should read. Wildfire by Hannah Grace is a little like summer camp romance. She's the same author that wrote Icebreaker. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's cute, it's romancy, it's a little spicy. The Door-to-Door Bookstore by Kirsten Hinn was a very good book. Also wrecked me. I gave it 3.75 stars because I was mad at it, but like it was good, but I was mad at it for doing what it did to me. Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington was very intriguing. It's young adult, it's twisty, it's like a game that they're in, kind of horrific. You don't really know where it's going. You really like the main character. It was a good one. Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. Oh my gosh. This is not like a universal recommendation because it is a horror book and it is horrific and gory and disgusting at times. And it also physically had my heart racing towards the end. I recommended it to one friend so far and she also absolutely loved it. It's very fast paced. It keeps you hooked. Very winter, so spooky, so suspenseful, so thrilling. It was awful but amazing. So don't read it if you don't like horror, which I don't always think that I like horror, but I really like this. But in general, probably read it. Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Kavanagh is the last book that I like physically read, and it was good. I'm trying to even remember it now. The ending was twisty and I didn't see it coming. I didn't love the twist, but I never saw it coming, and I still like the experience throughout the whole book was really good too. In March, I started reading Magnolia Parks, and I am about 50 pages in through all of March. So maybe in the future we'll have more like up-to-date book club, but just not this month. Okay, looking into April real quick of things that are going on. There's several fun things that are going on. One, spring is continuing. It's just gonna get warmer. There's just gonna be more flowers. It's just gonna be more sunny days. At least that's the plan. Let me pull up my calendar to see what's going on in April. I'm getting my facial next week. Excited for that. I plan to continue trying out like new types of dance classes. So I'm excited for that. I have a doctor's appointment coming up that I am quite anxious for, especially if I start thinking about it. It's voluntary and it's really no big deal, but it like feels like a big deal. I'll probably vlog my experience, but that's just something that's coming up in April that I am nervous for. My work is having like a spring celebration party at the Battery in Atlanta coming up, and I'm very excited for that. I've never had like a work party before, but I think it should be a lot of fun. I have a new coworker that's gonna be starting in the middle of April, so that's just something that's like exciting at work. Bring something new, get to know a new person. Those are the main things. I don't really think there's too much other than that in April, except I'm sure that the month will just happen and I'll be surprised by at least a few things that go on. Thanks for joining for this reset. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you're not subscribed, you choose to subscribe, stick around for more. See everything I post, turn on your post notifications so you can do that. But all in all, I love you so much and I'll see you next time.